question. I got a question. Genuine question. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Hebrew Israelites. But my question is like, in my encounter with them, they're usually really angry, and I don't know why. It's just like a lot of enlightened people just seem very angry and bitter in this world. Whether it's Hebrew Israelites, people who do witchcraft, just very angry and aggressive. I don't know, man. Anyways, let me know in the comments. I got a question. And I don't know why. It's just like a lot of enlightened people just seem very angry and bitter in this world. Whether it's Hebrew Israelites, people who do witchcraft, just very angry and aggressive. I don't know, man. Anyways, let me know in the comments. I got a question.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, and Ruwell. All right, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the Ruwell. And peace, love, and citations to the elect of the true nation of Israel, Yasharallah. All right, you fellow Akim, yoke fellow, and you very few, you few sisters. All right, who are staying silent, as and doing, doing the work. All right, as a woman. All right, doing your job as a woman of Yasharallah. Okay, which is really just being in the background, man. All right, not showing your face and being subservient to your man. Okay, because that's the role of a woman. Okay, I just wanted to make that point out there. But yeah, citations, to the fellow Akim out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. All right, to you I say shalom. Quick lesson, man. Laying backing off of Manata Zakbag's video. I was watching this while I was on the plantation. And man, I'm like, I'm gonna land back on this later, man. So I jotted down some precepts. I got some of his precepts. And I put my 2 cents into it too. And I just been meditating on this topic these past few weeks, and how vexing, and how the mindset and how we come off as angry, bitter, always mad when we're out there prophesying and in person, just like we're careless, or we got no emotion, or we're cutthroat, because really, man, first off, me speaking as a man, I don't give two shits about this place, man, about the things, worldly things, that don't concern, this truth. I don't give two shits about this, about that, man. If it has nothing to do with this truth, I really don't give two shits, man. Yeah, I have my hobbies, Akim have their hobbies, I like basketball, I like, sports. What else I like, really, that, my family and whatnot, what else? I like to play my video game, but all that sports, video games, and the things of this world, the fashion, the mirth, the vintage, okay, the things of this world, the bread and circus, all of that is failing. It's going down the gutter, okay? It's getting worse and worse. It's not the same no more. All people have been complaining about since 2020 is how life here in America ain't the same no more. The entertainment industry sucks. The music, the sports, the singers, everything's, it's not the way it used to be, man. And good. The Lord is making it like that. And it's prophesied in the Bible that, that all the daughters of the music shall fail. The vintage shall fail. All right. The mirth is gone. People are going to be looking out the windows, and their faces are going to be dark, darkness. They're going to be looking at darkness, man. The grinding of shall cease, right? The working and whatnot. Shoot, look at Las Vegas this past year. All right, Las Vegas ain't a bustling town like that no more. Especially the Vegas Strip. Okay, it wasn't bustling. It's almost a ghost town sometimes, man. and good. You know, fuck this place, man. And you know, us men of Yahweh Shem Shai, we know that all the things, everything in this world, all right, that you could possibly receive and get, all right, don't compare to the things that Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord, has prepared for us that love Him, all right, that do His work, that believe in Him, that believe in this truth, man, all right. Well, you know, us men of Yahweh Shem Shai, we know what the kingdom of heaven is going to be about, man. Okay, we do lessons about it all the time. That's a lesson for another video, man. All right, but yeah, man. So you know what we're seeking for, a kingdom to come. All right, a new heavens and a new earth where dwelleth righteousness. Righteousness doesn't dwell here. All right, for the most part. All right, because the righteousness is only found in the men of GMS, all right, in the affiliates of GMS, man, okay? It's like, what is that noise? Give me a second, Akim. Give me a moment. Hey, Poppy, no. 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 What do you want? What you want? You want this? What, you want this one? Okay. You better eat it, okay? You gotta eat it. Alright, you're not gonna eat it. No. No. You want this? Hey, go. Bobby. Slovakia. I'm at the house by myself, you know, with my son. He wanted a snack, but he didn't like what I wanted to give him. So hey, that's on him. I did give him something. It was a little fruit snack, but he wanted Pop-Tarts, and he didn't want that. But anyway, man, you know, yeah, man, us men of Yahweh Shem Shai, of course we're gonna be angry, you know, be pissed off, be rude, be cutthroat, you know, rude in speech, like the scriptures say. Though I be rude in speech, you know, cussing, being, you know, so-called potty mouths, or being rough, you know, with you know, when it comes to talking, you know, raising our voice, you know, yelling sometimes. It says, though we be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. All right, you know, we're speaking the truth, man. Okay, you know, we're speaking the truth of the Bible, man. Who cares if we cuss? You know, cussing is not a sin. All right, raising our voice is not a sin. Yelling at you is not a sin. Okay. All right. So, hey, man, and you know, and men like this, right here, they don't know shit anyway. Okay. Because they grow up, all they know is Babylon, America. Okay, and this worldliness, man. All right. What they heard in high school and in college, you know, these liberal classes that they take, man. All right, love the world. All right, everybody this, everybody that. You know, respect everybody, which you should respect everybody, but like accept everybody. You know, that's what they push. Accept everybody. You know, be nice to everybody. you know, which, hey, we don't have to be friends with you, man. All right, because that's what they push in these liberal schools and classes, man. All right, okay, that that these colorful people, these alphabet people, they get more rights, you know, than the regular persons, straight people, you know. But yeah, of course, a wise person, if they be wise in the Bible or not, you know, of course they're gonna come off as arrogant, mean, all right, straight to the point. They may cuss a little, because hey man, they got wisdom, man. Okay, when you have wisdom, all right, you know more, and you see and you know the wickedness of this world. You know how fucked up this world is, all right, because the more you know, all right, especially about the Bible, the more you know how fucked up this world is, and how upside down the world is, and how backwards mostly the minds of, how most of these people are, man. All right, they're of their father, of Satan, man. All right, they're after, their vibration, their ways are not according to the ways of the Lord. So of course we're gonna be mad. All right, and no matter how much, especially the longer you're in this truth, the more angry you're gonna be. You are, man. The more short you are, the faster you're gonna cut people off, because where it's gonna go. Oh, this person is gonna just eventually just fall out, or stop talking to me. You know, but if they really wanted this truth, they're gonna stay. They're gonna talk more and more, ask more questions. Because hey, man, being in this truth, barely 5 years, man. A little bit over 5 years. I don't even say that, man. Like less than that. Like it's just like if that person really cared, man, I would see him next week. All right, there was, you know, I'm talking about out there on the highways and byways, man. The only brother he here that it's like that I'm prophesying with, he we joined together because hey we didn't even know we were both prophesying in Wichita. We found out through the head of Kansas City, Mahalaya, all right, because the other brother Mataza Lacombe here in Wichita, he hit up Kansas City, and he wanted, the affiliate thing was going on, so he went to Kansas City, to check in. He did it physically, and then what he's and whatnot, and Mahalaya he linked him up with me, because hey, me and him we're here, and because he sees my videos. He's been watching my videos and having me check in with him, and commenting on my videos, and he's been how do you say it, just checking on me, but before, for the past 5 years and whatnot, and he linked me up, he linked both of us up together, man. That's how we found out, man. But while me and him were prophesying separately, hey, nobody's, nobody ever came back. I'm talking about, like, talked to us out there on the highways and byways, and then it came back the next week and joined the camp, joined us out there, man. All right. These people of this world, all right, outside of this truth, all right, they're all about going along to get along, man, getting along to go along, man. They're trimming their ways to seek love. They're of the world, man. All right, they want love now. They want to find their life now. Us men of Yahweh Shema Shai, we know what's right. We know the mind of Yahweh Shema Shai, and us knowing the mind of Yahweh Shema Shai, thanks to Yahweh Shema Shai, and then looking at this world and these people and what they're all about, Even after prophesying and preaching to them and teaching them this truth and warning them of Yahweh Shema Shai, they despise it. They mock us. They scoff us. They call us an occult. They call us crazy, mean, angry. All these names, man. Make fun of us. Make TikTok videos about us. You know, YouTube videos about us. You know, and what is that gonna do? Make us happy? You know, no. It's gonna make us even more angry, man. So I'm gonna bring us a precept. I did enough rambling. You know, this is Sirach 21:20 says, "A fool lift up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarce smile a little." Man, okay. This is a wise man. You know, so a wise man, he's not gonna be smiling that much, man. All right, especially a wise man according to the Bible. You know, he has the wisdom of the Bible, man. Of course, he's not gonna be smiling very much, because he sees the world and he notices that the world is not conducive and on the level, you know, on the same page as the mind and the spirit of the Lord. All right, and he knows. All right, we know that we have no power in changing this place, man. We know that only Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is the one able to change this world and to make it right side up, flip the tables right side up spiritually, man. And we know that the Lord is not going to do it right now, this instant, because we want it done now. All right, we want this place, all right, to be righteous now. But we know everything's in the Lord's time. The Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, is going to make this place righteous, okay, when he wants it to be. And we have to endure. So, of course, we're going to be mad because we're in this flesh, and it sucks, okay, hearing and getting talked down on the people of this world, our own people, our own fellow Israelites, man, okay, talking down on us, man, because, hey, we love righteousness. We're telling them the truth. Therefore, we became their enemy, roughly paraphrasing, man. Okay, so of course we're not going to smile very much, man. Ecclesiastes 7:7, surely oppression, because we know that we're oppressed. But this man right here, he don't know that he's oppressed. All right, I bet you he doesn't know that we're still in slavery. And if we tell him that, he's going to be like, no, you guys are crazy. We're not in slavery. Where's my chains at? I'm not in no chains, you know. And we're just gonna call him a dumb idiot and tell him to walk down the street and get the hell out of our face, man. You know, because if you're gonna say that, if you're gonna say we're not in slavery, in bondage, and not being oppressed, all right, then you're part of the problem, man. You're part of the problem of this world, okay. Because we understand that, hey, we're still in oppression, man. We're not able to go wherever the hell we want without having to pay or acknowledge to somebody where we're going. You know, we can't just go on a plane without a green card or our identification, showing proof of our identification, you know, or paying a fee, you know. Okay. Therefore, we're not free. We're not sovereign. Hey, your ass has to wake up at 5 o'clock in the effing morning and work 10 hours a day, all right, 4 or 5 days a week, to do what? To pay bills, to buy groceries, to buy clothes, to buy every single little part in your car that starts to break down, every single little part in your house that starts to break down. You know, if brothers live in a house, you know, if you're sick, hey, you know, that costs money. Everything costs money. If you die, it costs money. So we're oppressed, man. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Okay? Not happy. And a gift destroyeth the heart, man. All right? And these people, they have received their gift. So their hearts, their minds are destroyed, man. They seek to receive a gift on this side, a constellation, which is a secondary prize, you know, which I don't want that constellation. I want the penny, the first place prize, which the Lord's going to give to his elect when he returns for enduring to the end. Okay. So yeah, man, oppression is going to make a wise man mad. Okay, because hey, we accepted and we know, all right, that we're being oppressed. So of course we're gonna be mad. Okay. Ecclesiastes 1:18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Okay. Hey, this man's all confused. Why are you Hebrew Israelites? Okay. And he also mentioned like people witchcraft. Like that has nothing to do with us. All right. See, these people are agents, man. Some of these people, at least half of them, got to be agents. All right. Why when these people make videos on us Hebrew Israelites, they got to mention some other group. All right. And in this case, he mentioned witchcraft, people that do witchcraft or some other bullshit. Why can't you just say Hebrew Israelites and stick it to that, man? All right. Or stick to one camp, IUIC or GMS or ICBK. Because they talk about IUIC, all right, or something that IUIC does, but they group all of us Hebrew Israelites in it. When hey, we have nothing to do with IUIC, man. Even though we rebuke him and tell them they're going off, all right. We don't condone their actions, church blitzes, all right, marching up and down the downtown and shit. We don't do that. We don't condone that activity. But they want to link us up with that. They say all Hebrew Israelites are like that. No, we're not. All right, so for in much wisdom, Ecclesiastes 1:18, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Okay. All right, and that's us men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. We're grieving. We're grieving, man, because the more we know about this truth, all right, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, but the more we know about this truth, the more we grieve, man, all right, because we have loved ones outside of this truth that won't wake up. We see our people that won't freaking wake up. The majority of this world, all right, just don't get it. They will never get it, and they're gonna blame us for all the problems of the world when we know damn well it's the so-called white man Esau Edom, and you fucking people that choose to do wickedness, all right, to do Slakia. What is going on? Give me a moment. Just drop this toy. So next precept, I got a few more. Luke 6:25. It says, "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." Okay. Okay. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. All right. So it says, "For so did their fathers to the false prophets." Okay. So we know we're doing the right thing when people are saying stuff like this about us. All right. Why are you guys always angry? I've noticed, smart people, wise people, they're always angry. See, people, they always have something to say. All right. It's always the people that don't know shit, man. All right. And this dude, he don't know shit. He thinks he knows. He may know how to change something in a car, or he may have a college degree or on the way to college. I don't know, man. All right. But he don't know what we know according to the Bible, man. It's plain as day. We know why we're angry. We know why the men of Yahweh Shem Shai are mad or angry and yell and cuss, and are cutthroat, and rebuke each other. We rebuke each other, man. All right, because the scriptures say, secret love. This is open rebuke is better than secret love. All right. So, hey, man, and that's what we do. We make, hey, if our brother's going off, all right, we get on that brother. A brother. If I'm going off, just Akim get on me. All right, we get on each other, man. Stop doing that. Stop doing wickedness. We rid wickedness out of the congregation, man, because we're all one body in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right, and if one part of the body is sick, we do something about it. Okay. And if it doesn't, if that person doesn't get right and change from the wickedness, he gets openly rebuked. A video or multiple videos are made about him. Okay. And yeah, man. Or a brother, might get kicked out of the congregation. And hey, man, he's gonna have to get right on his own, because he needs to change his ways before he comes back. Okay, if he does come back, if he does change his ways, So yeah, man. So yeah, man. Yeah. So it's that's a good indicator that we're doing the right thing in the eyes of the Lord. All right. If men are not speaking well of us, Let me see this. What is that consolation that I was talking about? All right, Luke 6:22 says, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake." All right, see, the people of this world are casting us out for what? For the Son of Man, for Yahweh Shai's sake. And if we cast somebody out out of the congregation, all right, it's not because of Yahweh Shai's sake. All right, it's because that man's being wicked. Okay, because men will use this precept. See, they hate me because I'm in the right spirit. I'm on the side of Yahweh Bashem Shai, when that man is not doing what Yahweh Bashem Shai, commands him to do. But yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:2 says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." All right. So, hey, man, it's better to go to the house of mourning. All right. So a righteous man of Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to be in a mournful spirit sometimes, man. All right. They're going to be enduring, getting their life together, their spirit right, man. Which is going to be a state of mourning, okay? Because you're shedding off that old man, the flesh, which is not a comfortable thing. So of course, you're going to be mourning sometimes, man. All right. You're going to be angry sometimes. All right. You're not going to want to talk to people sometimes. All right. You're going to be brushing people off sometimes, man. All right. Ephesians 4:26, it says, "Be ye angry." Okay? Be ye angry. Be angry, man. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, okay? So, hey, it's all right to be angry, to be mad, okay? But don't sin, okay? Don't, fight people. Don't be just hurling out cuss words for no reason. There's nothing wrong with saying cuss words, raising your voice, even yelling at people sometimes. But let it be for a righteous reason, though. So yeah, man. Us men of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're going to be angry sometimes. We're going to come off as angry, cutthroat. We're going to be brushing people off, man.